Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of The Reality Is. As always, it's Noor, and I'm here with my dear friend Amanda. Hi, Amanda.
Hi, Noor. Hi, Reality Tees. How are you?
We haven't settled on a name yet, still.
I'm pitching. Every time I come on, I'm just doing pitches.
I love it. Thank you. Somebody's got to think about the fans. Because
As a fan, I am I'm trying to represent us all.
I love that. Did you see, and this is fresh off the presses, I think. Is that the term? I don't know. Did you see that Michelle Obama watched Next Gen NYC?
I did not see that, but like somehow that feels so like she's such a good mother. I feel like she was like, what are the children into? How can I connect with them?
Yeah.
Maybe, Sasha and Malia would want to be I don't know. I don't
I don't know.
know.
I
But
think
it
so.
is so good. I get why she watched it.
Amazing. She was on Las Culturistas. I just saw like the post about it, but she said basically that she's Bravo girl through and through and that she
Ah.
will always be. And then she said, I even watched that NYC Gen Babes. Because again, it's one of the worst names of a TV show.
It's really bad, but there's something about it that fits. Like, because poor Gen Z, their generation name is stupid. A lot of the things that older people are naming for Gen Z, I'm like, what are we doing? Like none of this works.
No, it doesn't. And it totally feels to me like they were like, we want a name with Gen Z in it, but it can't be that. So like what about like the
Because
next
Charlie's a
gen?
millennial.
Go. Number one. Okay. Number two. Also, like it's just so silly. It's just like I could totally see Andy being like, gotta put Gen Z in the name somewhere. They're like,
Hmm.
the best thing we could do is the next gen.
I mean, did nobody suggest Gen NYZ?
Okay. This is
It
why they need you.
I mean, it's not good, but it's better.
It's
Like I
it's
can't
maybe even I don't know if it's better. It might be worse, but I still love it more.
it's
Like, does that
certainly more
make sense?
convoluted.
Like why the NYC? I think the NYC part of it is what makes me so confused.
Oh, because they're trying to franchise it.
You think so?
That's
Like
oh yes, that is why Heather and Terry Dubrow's hot son was on this week.
Nikki.
Yeah, and apparently, and listen, I can't cite my source. I don't. Maybe I dreamed this, but Terry went on and was like, I heard there's a show called Next Gen LA that a certain young man is going to be headlining. So I think they're trying to housewives this. And I
And
have to tell you, I
mhm.
I don't I don't want it, but I didn't want Next Gen NYC and I love it. So what do I know?
What do we know?
No.
Exactly. We have no idea. I
And
mean,
there's a
who
reverse plastic surgery show that just came out on Bravo.
okay, I didn't know that that was on Bravo, but that has Zolciak, Kim and her daughter Brielle, I think.
The ultimate mother daughter. Like honestly, in a cage match between Kim and Brielle and Teresa and Melania.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah. And
That's
if we
tough.
have to go oldest daughters, then Gia. And
Yeah.
then I think it goes to Kim and Brielle, no question.
I'm not sure. They're got Patterson in them.
That's true. And either way, I wouldn't step in that ring. Not as a referee, not as a ring girl. I don't want him. I no, I don't want to be in the building.
No, it would there would be so there it would be a bloodbath. It would not be nice.
The battle of the lips.
You were thinking about like how they're franchising Housewives. I was thinking about $1 Million Listing.
Well, I mean, a lot of stuff is just like on Bravo. It is just New York and LA.
They're
And
like,
then
go to a different part of the city. We'll find some crazies over there too.
yeah. Next Gen LA, I oh God. I hate it and I love it and I want to see it and I don't want to see because you know that Terry Dubrow watches Next Gen NYC and goes, I should be doing what Seth Marks is doing.
Oh God, yes, he is. Oh, and I hate it so
Right?
much.
He's gonna go on there being like, I aspire to be pansexual too.
His kids are gonna hate it because they're like, no, we already talked to you about this.
Dad,
Okay,
we walked you through the alphabet and you're not in it.
you're not.
You
No.
can A can be for ally if you need it.
Um, Speaking of Terry Dubrow and OC, so the new episode of OC is actually on tonight, like a few hours after we finish recording. So I'm just gonna briefly talk a little bit about OC with you because I will talk to you about any of these shows. What do you think about the Shannon versus Katie beef?
Um, it's bumming me out.
Yeah.
I all the Katie stuff is bumming me out because everybody clearly and like it happened to Noella, now it's happening to Katie. Like, I would venture to say, like, all those housewives of NYC got fired for being racist monsters, and, like, rightfully so, but,
Yeah.
like, we just said, "Oh, the seven-headed MAGA hydra of Orange County can stay," and, like, adding one sacrificial person of color to the cast at a time is rough stuff. Also, I read this online. I don't know if it's credible at all, but did Katie film Shannon yelling at production?
It's like hard to tell, right? Like she came in, it sounds to me like Shannon was having a very, very not good day, right?
Sure.
As I think most days for Shannon are, right?
They start out amazing and somehow something goes sideways
And you never
with
know. It could.
Shan.
I don't know what was happening with her when she was having that day. She comes in a bad mood, and I think that's like understood across the board for the whole cast. They're like, yeah, Shannon was in a shit mood that day, and rather than us celebrating like the end of our show and like having a good time, Shannon was making it about herself, and she was screaming. I don't know if she was yelling at production or if she was yelling at like a glam person, but she was making a lot of noise, and I mean like I don't like I just want to bring the Joel Kim Booster post as evidence, but
Yes.
also like the years that we've known Shannon as evidence, right? I think that one of the funniest things in the world to me, funniest things in the world to me, is when housewives get upset about being recorded because your entire life is recorded, right? So I do get it that it's like, well, I get to choose technically what I'm being recorded on, but it's also like, no, but you don't, because if you ever wonder what is in a contract for when you're on a reality TV show, it's really bad. Like, I've heard the Bravo docket break down a contract that they got from somebody who was on reality TV, and they were like, you should, this is the word, this truly signing a deal with the devil. They can do whatever they want with you, right? So I feel like these women, especially someone like Shannon, has tried so hard to like curate an image for herself, which is lols. Like you're doing a very bad job. And then she's like, and then she recorded me illegally without my consent.
It's I also if I were on a business I mean, my husband and I are not in business together, but if I was on a
Yeah.
business style call with my husband in a quiet room and somebody came in and, like,
Yeah.
kind of embarrassed me in front of my business third party, I too would be pissed, and I would not record them because I'm not on a reality show and, like, that's not my, mission in life, but, like, I can see exactly how it happened, and, like, all of these women do the nastiest stuff to each
The
other.
worst.
Like, I'm sorry, I cannot believe that Katie is on an apology tour when Emily brought up that she lost her kids at the reunion. That to me was such nasty business, and nobody seems to be upset about it.
It's so crazy. And they keep being like, oh, so and so told me that you told a blogger and you told this person. Everybody texts with bloggers. Nobody messages me. But
I
everybody,
honestly, thank God it keeps you pure.
yeah, it does. Like in the preview for tonight's episode, like Kiki Monique is gonna make it into one of the storylines because that's apparently a fight now. Is like, I don't know. It's like Heather says that Kiki Monique told Tamra that Katie told Kiki to post in her stories.
I truly think that it should be in their contracts that they are not allowed to talk to bloggers because it's ruining the shows.
No more. It's really bad. It's bad. It's creating a weird environment and I don't like it. Okay. I just think it's really funny that like Shannon just behaves the way that she does. Like she really lost her top at this party. But my favorite part of last week's episode was also another Shannon moment. And I don't know, like I haven't listened to anyone else talk about this, but when they're at the bowling alley, Shane goes up to Shannon with like one of the guys from Love Hotel that she's there with, and he's like, so like you guys gonna go crash after this? And
I
Shannon
Mhm. Go ahead.
Shannon goes, what? And he goes, you guys gonna go crash after this? And Shannon just stares at him. And I was just like, Shane, those are really bad words to use for Shannon.
Oh my God. I didn't even think about the part where she was like, we're going out. We're doing an outfit change. Because I was like, are they joking or for real? Because I, if I said that to my friends, they'd be like, Amanda is so funny. She is
Yeah.
going home after this.
Yeah. But
Were
it
they
just,
going
I don't, I'm sure they were, but to say to Shannon Bedore, are you going to crash?
out?
A person who famously did crash into
Did
a
a big
house?
crash.
A big crash. No, Shane, choose your words wisely. And it almost felt to me like in that moment, Shane says it twice. And then a third time, he was like, like, go to sleep. Because I think in his mind, he was like, oh no, I used the wrong term. Not for Shannon. Shannon does crash. And when she crashes, it's an out or
I also
into a house.
I mean, yeah, Shannon will crash after this at some point in the evening. Um, but also like Shane, for me, also hearing Shane say, "You guys gonna go crash?" in a like, it's just like, I'm so sorry, Shane, but you can't pull it off. Like, it took me, even you recounting it took me so long because I was like, yeah, that was really embarrassing of Shane to do. And now like, I forgot about the Shannon part. But it's like when I try to say folks.
Oh,
I can't you know what? I can't pull it off. I try.
I send on my work emails. I used to say, hey, folks.
Mhm.
Now I say, hey, team.
Hey team, I love Hey team is like the most cool girl corporate you can go. And also like I work at a huge company. I never know who's on any listserv that I'm
No,
emailing. So
me
I
either.
gotta go hey team because like I don't even know the name of the team.
No idea. No idea. Sometimes if I'm feeling real bitchy, I just say all.
Oh, the power. Congratulations on reaching an all point in your career.
um okay, so also at the end of this episode, Tamara is going to bring Joe to the party. That is who the blurred out face is. It's Joe into the party because she's going full anti-Gretch.
Yes. Yes. As Gretch has gone anti-vax, Joe and Tamara shall go anti-Gretch. Actually, I don't know if Gretchen's anti-vax. I know
Yes,
she's.
she is.
Oh, great.
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. I knew she was a lot of other anti things. I mean, these women are true monsters,
Mhm.
and it is nice to see a couple of monsters really like fight with each other. You know, like if you were like
Yeah.
in a fantasy land, you got to watch like a dragon fight. Like this is the closest we have to that. So like I'm loving Tamara and Gretchen just rehashing the past. They've never left it. It haunts them daily. Is Slade a deadbeat dad? I mean,
Girl.
probably.
If I'm to go off of the information I've seen on the television show and on the internet, I'm going to say yes.
Mhm.
And that is
The
just go.
GoFundMe from the mom was a tough. That's a tough for the funeral is a tough
It's
look.
real tough. Okay.
Um,
But I do love watching these type of women just fight with each other. I think the Tamara versus Gretchen thing is so funny. I think that Tamara keeps trying to eke out tears to various people. She's like, sometimes I get sad and I just look at pictures of me and Teddy from like, the last 2-3 years that we've been spending time together. I'm like, Tamara, you don't talk to your actual friends from like 10 years ago. So
or
like,
your children.
or your children. Great point. Can't forget the kids who she does not
Also,
talk to.
I'm glad Teddy's feeling better, but if I looked back and realized how much time I spent with Teddy, I too would feel sad. So I so I understand why she's upset.
Wait, also speaking of anti-vax and other things, at one point in the bowling alley, what's her name? They're like interrogating this guy that Shannon brings. And so Gina's like, do you do this? Do you do that? Whatever. And she goes, do you believe in the moon landing? And he goes, yeah. And then you hear in the back Emily being like, no, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. I was like, yeah, that makes sense for Orange County. Just like a place of like flat earthers, anti-vaxxers.
Like people who need to be so ignorant. And also, I was thinking about that last night because that bum when Emily said that, I was like, now I'm bummed. Like I was having fun watching everybody be monsters, and now I'm bummed because I remember that like this is a show full of people who love to be wrong and love to feel like superior about how
Yeah.
wrong they are about like things that actually matter.
Yeah, they like just they don't believe in science despite everybody being on like their 15th face.
Yeah, and using Ozempic and some of them ran Cut Fitness, the ultimate science.
Exactly. Ah, God. All right, let's talk about Real Housewives. Well, no, let's talk about the Valley.
Also, I just want to say Heather's party was like the most perfect party you could throw in 2002. Like it
It
had a
really was. It was real
real
vintage.
quality.
Oh, actually, while we're there at Heather's party, let's talk about that venue. Did you look at it for your wedding?
Oh, of course, we toured it many times. But I was just worried that I couldn't get the right weed roller or joint roller for my.
She's okay. I love Fancy Pants is she loves being a little pothead. She loves it. As soon as it became legal, she was like, "I'm fucking high all the
She's
time."
like, I actually was always doing weed. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, she cannot be on Beverly Hills because she doesn't get the aesthetic.
No.
And I love to see her try.
You brought up the way the party was set up. I actually was shocked when I saw the woman in the champagne glass. I was like, "What?
Like, Stassi, get back in the Pride Parade.
It's
Like,
crazy."
that is a vintage choice.
It was. And like more and more I'm thinking about the entire thing. It was like red. Like the inside was it just so early
And she
OC.
wasn't like doing anything in the champagne glass. Like, it wasn't like she was pouring champagne. She was just like hanging out.
Just like a woman in a champagne glass.
Just like crisscross applesauce. Like, I'm the champagne. Hee hee. Like, I was like, what is this? What am I seeing?
Are you a dancer? What are you doing in
Are
there?
you gonna do champagne-oriented movement at some point? Or you've just been hired to sit? The women love a decorative woman.
Yeah, they love. Let's not forget the sushi lady that Vicky
Oh,
yelled at.
oh god, or like the mermaids on Potomac.
Yeah,
Get a decorative woman in there.
exactly. Oh God. Okay. Let's talk about the Valley. They did have the reunion. I have made a vow to myself for this podcast that I will not really be talking about reunions, but I do want to talk about this one because Jax Taylor is a demon, and I need to understand why Alex Baskin slash Bravo is still platforming him and his platform shoes.
I mean, the platform shoes, hilarious. Hilarious.
Hilarious.
Those lifts are so lifted. He must be getting blisties on the bottom of his heel like nothing you could ever imagine.
I'm just thinking about his toes being smashed at the bottom of the sneaker.
Yeah. And we know how that feels because we've both worn heels in our lives.
Yeah, exactly.
So here's the thing that I don't understand. Jax got fired and his bar got closed before this reunion came out because
Mhm.
I'm imagining that Bravo and Alex Baskin were like, well, nobody knows about the throwing in the bushes. And then that got said on the reunion and they were like, oh, now everybody knows. Now we have to do something about it. But
Uh-huh.
like truly, Jax is so dangerous. It is so irresponsible. And I've loved watching him be a monster. I've loved
Sure.
it every day of my life. It is once he does something like that and they know about it, they have to get him off the show. It's like I can't believe he's even allowed her on cruise.
It's crazy the way that Brittany described that whole thing of like he threw the stool, he hit it against my knee. I had a giant bruise. He broke my phone, he broke my laptop, he broke my Stanley cup. Very important.
Sacred.
But then she was like, and then he threw me in a bush. And I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And that, I don't know if it was you that I was talking to, but like a couple weeks ago, I think it was Tom Schwartz said something to Jax to be like, you're going to get arrested.
You'll go to jail.
You'll
If
go
you
to
guys move
jail.
back in, you'll go to jail.
And I was like, oh, okay. And then Brittany even says this was not like the only time something like this has happened. And I was like,
Absolutely it was not.
oh my God. And then, the fact that like he went to rehab or whatever that was, left, and then 5 days later had to go back because he relapsed. And then he keeps insisting that he's like, alcohol and drugs is not my problem. It's the anger. Because in his mind, it's like, what are the demons that I have in my life that are making me turn to alcohol and all that stuff? And I get it that that is something that you need to resolve in order to like move towards your sobriety. I get it, but you still do have a big problem for my friend. Like it's to be like, no, I've never actually had an issue with that. It's just that I have a lot of trauma. N-
Also, the steroids implication that Britney's trying to do, because like, is the anger also? I mean, listen, Jax is a narcissist. I don't know that he can get better.
yeah.
As a not at all mental health expert in any capacity,
Yeah.
we've seen him play the exact same song 100 times. We
Oh,
saw him blame getting fired from Vanderpump on as the reason he started abusing his wife, which like um I don't think that's how that works. Like, if
yeah.
it wasn't that, it would have been something else. Like, people look for stuff to blame.
Yeah.
When she said he threw the table and then he threw the kitchen stools, I was like, this must have been so scary. Like, this is like I cannot imagine it, but like you just like I'm sure she was so scared because
It's
he is
terrifying.
so nuts.
It's so scary. And then to like now also thinking about all the other stuff he did, right? Like while he was in rehab or fake rehab, like tapping into her cameras and telling her, I see you and I can watch you and I have people looking and I know what you're doing and all that stuff. Like that's fucking terrifying.
Mhm.
And then on top of that, one of the things I noticed was that like the way that the set was set up, there was a picture of him with Cruz right behind him. Did
It
you
was
notice
very
that?
weird. I didn't like that.
It was very strange. I was like, I don't understand what Bravo was trying to do. Like, I'm so glad that he got fired from all of his jobs and everything like that. But the fact that he's like, oh, I've had all these issues and it got really bad when it was this thing. Like, this was the big catalyst. But then we also got played with funny music the entire like montage of Jax going to therapy for years and years and years and having the exact same conversation. I'm addicted to sex. I don't know if you saw that in the Peacock version. I don't
Oh,
know if
I
that
watched the Peacock version last night.
okay.
I was like, "Okay, I've finished Miami. I'll just watch, like, a couple minutes of the Peacock version," and cut to me fully watching the entire thing, plus the preview for next week as though I hadn't already watched it.
It's good. The Peacock version is really good.
It's so good. I wish I'd had the patience to wait, but I had to watch it twice.
I don't do live television anymore.
Very chic. Have you guys cut the cord?
You know, we did, but
Mhm.
there's like a box that my husband has. There's some sort of box.
Yeah.
I don't know. All
I'm
the
fam
guys
oh,
have a box.
I'm familiar with all the guy boxes. We have YouTube TV for live television.
Mhm.
And, because otherwise, how would you see all the sports?
Right,
So
so the box is apparently giving him the sports, but it gives him sports at every single time zone.
God, there's so much sports.
There is Amanda, there is so much sports, but the only thing that I like about the box now with live television is that I do get to watch Big Brother
Okay,
live.
well, that I've heard you're on a real journey with that.
Oh, it's incredible. Do you watch?
No, no.
Amanda?
It's not a no as in I'll never, but I'm finally free of Love Island. I just need a break with my
Okay,
regular gals.
I understand. I get it. You're like, let me watch a show that was filmed a year ago. I don't need to be live with them inside of wherever, whatever hostage situation they're in right now under cameras. I get it. You would love Big Brother. It is so stupid.
That I do like. I like that a lot.
It's one of the dumbest shows I've ever seen, and I'm like, it's also amazing. Like,
Mhm.
it's just, it's a good time. For as dark as Bravo is, I think Big Brother is it kind of is filmed like it makes me feel like I'm watching like Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Is it okay, so having never fully seen I've only seen, like, the memes that are made from Big Brother, which I respect the Big Brother community, I do just wanna say that.
Mhm.
Um, is it sort of like being competitive roommates?
Yeah.
Okay, and is roommate stuff part of the competition, or that's just, like, the circumstance?
It's a circumstance. You immediately start to get to know each other, and then everybody decides to kick out a roommate. That's all it is. And then they do these really goofy competitions to try to like so you can be safe from being kicked out.
So it's a little bit like Traitors.
It's a lot like Traders.
Or I guess
And
Traitors is a little bit like it, if I'm
yeah,
gonna be.
exactly. And the entire show you have to like put on subtitles and then or have the volume super turned up because all they're doing is whispering to each other about who they want to kick out. It's
That's so
so
funny. Oh my god. Also,
stupid.
like, 10 years ago, I would have been so good at that show.
Oh, no, you would be good at that show today. I
Oh,
have
thank
only
you.
watched like 8 episodes altogether and I'm like, I would fucking kill at Big Brother.
I do like for them that it's inside. You know,
Yeah.
like, whenever I see a reality show where I'm like, "Ooh, you have to get, like, sweaty." No, I don't wanna do that.
Yeah, there was a competition last week and one of the people was just like, "I'm not gonna do this because I don't like being in the dark." I was like, "That would be me."
And did they get kicked out?
No.
They were honest.
They were honest. They said, "I'm not interested in getting whatever this prize is, and, I don't like the dark."
My
So
prize will be not sitting in the dark.
so Imma just sit. Okay, speaking of
Um,
dark,
okay, Brittany Sporkle.
Brittany's it's dark because Brittany lost her Sporkle,
She lost her
okay?
Sporkle. I will say this was a tough moment for me because this is how I also talk about myself and men.
Yeah.
So I I don't know if I started saying this after I watched True Blood or like before and then I was like, "Oh my god, True Blood and I are the same." Um but like I have always felt that when you're dating, you're in danger of having somebody steal your light. Like because
No, that's totally true.
I have had many men. I used to really attract a sad man. Like
Mhm.
any sad man would really gravitate towards me.
Mhm.
And I think there's a lot to unpack there that I won't do here because this is not it's not about me. But like if you end up with one of these sad men or one of these men who's like always trying to like take what you have little by little, they will steal your sporkle. And like every Vanderpump Rules relationship is the most cautionary tale about decentering men in your life in a different way. And
Yeah.
we've finally gotten to the core of Brit Brits.
Yeah, they're all Sporkle bandits.
Mhm.
That's what they are. They're
Yep.
constantly trying to steal your Sporkle. I
Yeah.
mean, I feel that like saw some spork for Michelle. Michelle was really coming out swinging.
Yeah.
I
Good
was
for
really happy
her.
for Michelle this episode, despite the fact that she did say she's very happy with Aaron, and now we know they're no longer together.
It is really tough to move you and your kid in with somebody, and then a couple months later, you're like, oh, we broke up. I
Yikes.
my sympathies to her. But also, who knows? Maybe that was like a 4-year relationship, so it came to its natural end.
Yeah, also because we never know. According to Jesse, they've been together since forever,
Yeah.
so it's fine. I think that Andy Cohen hates Jesse, and I really love watching his disdain for him.
You don't think he's sexually attracted to Jesse?
I do think that he's sexually attracted to Jesse,
Okay.
but I don't think that he finds Jesse fun because I think he likes to prattle on. I think he's like a tall tale teller. Like I think he
Mhm.
likes to really chew the scenery. And that pisses Andy off. He hated it when Tom Sandoval did it. He hates when Jesse's doing it. He's like, let's go.
Yeah, don't paint with your colorful words. We can roll the tape.
Yeah, exactly. So I think like that's the thing that bothers Andy about Jesse, but I did appreciate that Michelle got all of her licks in against him.
I'm also like the daylight between what Brittany and Michelle both say and what Jesse and Jack say is so vast.
Yeah.
And it is so devastating because like I mean, I'm sure that like there's a version that's the truth, but I bet the truth is so close to what the women are saying. And then the men just get to come out there and go, oh, here we go, fucking Sporkle again. Like, when Jax was like, oh, now she's talking about the Sparkle, I was like, Brittany is a
And
good woman. I would have had him killed.
he said enough with the fucking sparkle.
I mean, and Brittany's like, that's how I talk about myself, Jax. And I was like, damn,
Well,
that's how I
it's
talk
true,
about
Jags.
myself too. Oh.
And you know what? Julian may have been fucking a bunch of other women, but he did bring her back some of that Sporkle.
She didn't need him for love. She needed to get dicked down, and Julian was the man to do it. And
Yeah,
Julian is tall enough to reach the cabinets without heels.
exactly.
And that's not a short joke. Listen, the one thing I don't think is lame about Brock is that he proudly wears heels.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're gonna elevate your height, just ramp it up there. There's this scene in I think it's Avengers Endgame, but it does not matter, where Robert Downey Jr. is standing and he's wearing he always wore these like boot cut pants because
Mm-hmm.
they're hiding so much lift in the shoe. It's so aggressive. If you watch an Avengers with Iron Man in it and he's like walking with any of the other men in the cast, he is wearing a full on flare Old Navy jean to hide how much lift he's wearing. And Jax was popping it off last night. Why not just be shorter? Who cares?
Who cares, guys? It's fine.
You're still slinging that dirty dick all over the valley.
Disgusting. Pulling it out in the middle of the street to scratch yourself.
That
Do
was
you
wild. That was wild. That what like how? And then Alex Baskin was like, "Get him on TV again." He just threw 700 things at his wife, possibly in front of their child. I also like, once again, not a parent, but children seem to require a lot of patience.
Mm-hmm.
And I would imagine that a 3-year-old child who is like, has like some verbal issues and like
Yeah.
autism probably requires extra patience.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that Cruz gets to go over there at all. I hope he's safe. I hope he's very happy.
Yeah. I mean, it was annoying because by the end of the episode, like Jax was getting really emotional. And I was like, I know that there are people that are falling for this shit. And like he's being like, I'm not the victim. Brittany's the victim. She's a victim. But also when Brittany's like, I'm scared, I'm nervous, he's like, you should be.
Right?
What are you gonna do to her?
Right? When she was like, well, Jax is delaying the divorce because I don't know if he wants to get alimony from me. He's trying to get alimony. And Jax was like, yeah, I am definitely trying to do that. And it's like, you have financially ruined this woman and now you want alimony from her?
Oh my God.
The fucking audacity.
I swear to God, I never want to see this man on TV ever again. We're done. We're done with Jax Taylor, guys. It's got to be a wrap on him.
Listen, he can pop in once a season, max. Let him come in and see Tom Schwartz and let me see the dismay in Tom Schwartz's face because that is a very special moment for me every time they have to interact.
That's true.
Jax is Tom Schwartz's punishment for everything he's done in his life. And God, every time they're on screen together, Schwartz is just like, yeah, we live right next door to each other. I used to live with my wife.
Yeah, it's like Tom Schwartz. It's Sisyphus, right? With the rock.
100%. And
Like.
honestly, he deserves much worse.
Yeah, it's true. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I love to see him on screen with Jax and Jax being like, I'm gonna come over, and Schwartz is like, I don't have a backbone, so I can't say no.
All right, well, I'll see you in a bit.
Cool, buddy.
I will still never get over the very first episode of the season of just seeing Schwartz's hand. And Jax is just sort of floating by to be like, how do I comfort you?
I'm afraid to touch you. Will I get hit?
It's the best. Oh, it's so good.
If I were a friend of Katie's, I would make her, such a compilation, just a clip reel of Schwartz's reactions to his life now.
Yeah. And you know what? You mentioned about people stealing somebody's light. I think that the reason why I love that Schwartz has to hang out with Jax is because Jax has no light and Schwartz can't steal any from him. And so they're both just like lightless, dark pits of misery. And I love that.
One a sniveling little bitch and the other one a brute. Oh, it's great. It's great.
It's the best.
Yeah.
It's the best. That's how I want men to be. Bad men. Just to be stuck with each other.
I do like it. I also I thought recently, like, if Bradley Cooper got the rights to Jax Taylor's life, he would be he would be writing that screenplay, furiously writing that screenplay.
Oh my God, you're absolutely right. Do you think J-Law would play Brittany?
She would have to. She would have to. Rotten Hale. Rotten Hale. And Bradley Cooper going, I'm the number one guy in the group.
Oh God, a girl I can dream. At least make it for Hallmark just for fun. Like just do like a Lifetime movie just for fun, Bradley
I
Cooper. What are you doing?
but I'm telling you, it would be if it was shot on film, it would be it would be a prestige film. And, like, my mom would be like, "Did you see that new Bradley Cooper movie?" And I'd be like, Got you. It's about Bravo." She never watches Bravo. She thinks it's so beneath her. And then she'll see Andy Cohen on Colbert and go, "Now that Andy Cohen, I like him." And it's like, he created a whole world.
That you, for some reason, are denying yourself of.
Listen, one day my mother will love herself enough to watch Vanderpump Rules. Oh my God, she'd be so mad to hear me say that.
Well, great news. She doesn't listen to this podcast, so you're
Yeah.
fine.
Great news. If I'm on a podcast, she'll never listen to it. So we're incredibly safe.
Okay, let's head over to Miami. You know, talk about prestige television, honey.
The looks, the glamour. Miami is where the money is. Kiki, can you get us the second yacht? Yeah, let me make a call. Oh,
Crazy. And
oh.
also, I just am always blown away by how stunning every single one of these women are. And then they get into bathing suits, and I'm like, oh God, you're even hotter than I thought you were before.
Adriana's body is so good. And Kiki is like a literal Barbie doll.
Literal Barbie.
Like when people are like Barbie couldn't walk around with those proportions, like, well, Kiki can. So
Yeah. Welcome.
actually, yeah.
Watch Miami, actually. Okay.
Yeah.
So this episode, we had a yacht party. We had 2 yacht parties. It was amazing. Before we get to the yacht, we did get Martina and Julia talking about Gertie and not getting it.
Mm-hmm.
Not understanding.
And being so weird and shitty about it. I think like Adriana's assessment that like Julia came to this middle school, befriended the nerds, and then was like, "Oh, I could actually be friends with like the cool girls." Bye, nerds.
Yeah.
And like the way she's getting out of her friendship with the nerds is to be racist.
Yeah.
What a choice.
What a choice. But also, she was on Watch What Happens, and Andy was overwhelmed by messages when he asked, like, send questions for Isaac Mizrahi and Julia. Everybody was like, how do you feel about having a wife who's a transphobe? Everybody was like, what do you think about Martina's comments about surrogacy not being natural? Andy, what are your thoughts about it?
And what did Andy say?
Andy just asked Julia. He was like, Julia, what do you think about these messages? Because he was like, because, you know, it is natural. And then she said something like, my wife and I share a bed and not a brain. We don't agree on everything. And I was just like, okay, well, have fun raising 2 Black boys in your home of racism and transphobia.
Get in there. Let's get those boys out of there. I don't like it.
Allegedly, to this day, they're still not fully adopted.
How does that even work?
How are they on TV?
Especially if you're rich. Like, you know, like,
don't you get access to everything?
Didn't you just got 2 kids. How long does it take? Hire a lawyer and get this taken care of.
I don't know. They're weird stuff. She's an idiot. Martina's a monster. It's just so gross.
And Julia's having so much fun being mean and being like,
like
I didn't do anything. Why did you do something? Adriana, why didn't you follow me out of Gertie's party? And she's like so smug. She knows like anything Adriana says, she's already mad. You know, like she's not looking to forgive.
And I love Adriana being like, but nobody's going to get mad at Julia for anything she does, even though throwing water and throwing a glass at somebody is a lot worse than showing somebody the text.
But also those texts like were just like, look, here's what happened. You know, like it was
my favorite
after party.
Well, we'll get to the text first, but I also wanted to talk because you and I do love to talk about Stephanie. Stephanie is showing Larsa. She meets up with Larsa at. Oh, this is so beautiful. Okay, so she's like, this is my soon to be home. It used to belong to my husband's ex-wife, and then he moved out of it when he was getting a divorce, and then he wanted to move back in. And so before he could move back in, I had him redo the whole thing. And so I was like, this is Stephanie's husband's ex-wife's old house that's now Stephanie's new house, and that, guys, is what you need to know about Stephanie.
That she had to redo every wall. They couldn't just move?
She said, I don't want to have anything to do with his ex-wife and her stuff. And I said, is that why you don't talk to your stepkids?
Those are hers.
No.
And weren't you an assistant who's, you know what, we can't even, what I loved about this house tour is that she was so desperate to show Larsa, and Larsa was like, I don't give a shit about this. I'm absolutely, and I know Larsa was like, oh, you want to see the rest of the house? Let's just stop and have a conversation right here.
Yeah,
And Stephanie
exactly.
kept going, don't you want to see? We have 10,000 more feet to show.
Yeah.
What's going on? Is this a money laundering thing? Like, why would you redo your whole house? It doesn't make any sense.
It's very weird. I like, did his ex-wife strip the walls of every single thing that belonged to hers? Like, I feel like maybe the ex-wife took parts of the house that were like valuable, and so she had to rebuild the whole thing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, because it doesn't sound to me like this is an amicable divorce. Obviously, I think that there's like
No.
cheating and stuff involved, especially because the kids don't talk to their dad. But like, I love the way Stephanie comes and flaunts all the shit that she technically has not worked to earn any of. And that's my favorite kind of housewife, because baby, I'd love to introduce you to somebody named Erica Jane.
Oh, oh, I wouldn't. I don't care for Erica, and I'll never want to be around her. But to your point, I'm just kidding. Your point is well taken. Like,
Yeah.
bragging about having a bigger plane than Anthony, girl,
Ugh.
grow up. I am so sure Anthony did not want anything to do with you. Nicole is a doctor.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
Dr. Nicole.
Yeah. Also, they dated 20 years ago, and then I had to look up how old Stephanie. She's like 39 or 40. So I was like, when you were a teenager? That doesn't
Yeah.
count.
It's also what? Like, if somebody was like, oh, you have a bigger private plane than your ex boyfriend from college, I'd be like, what are we talking about? Like, what? Who Who on earth cares? First of all, why do I have a private plane?
Let's talk about that.
I don't like that. I don't like private planes. Second of all, what ex-boyfriend?
Which one? Because in my recollection, none of them should have a private plane.
Yes.
Not mine.
Oh, well, also, nobody wanted to date me. So, like, who is this who has this private plane?
I want to touch briefly on Alexia at home, because we do see her with Frankie and Peter, and I'm very happy to report you guys that Peter looks like shit.
Peter looks so terrible,
He
and
looks
Peter is
terrible.
such a rotten, terrible human being.
Ugh.
I'm glad his outsides are starting to reflect his inside.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me so sad for these two boys, and for Alexia. Like, they've all been raised to like uplift the patriarchy at all costs, and look at where they have landed. Peter is
Exactly.
a monster. Poor Frankie. Although I don't think he's shitty to Frankie. I hope, but I guess I don't know.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. There's like, I heard a blood curdling scream from downstairs. I think it's fine. I didn't hear any crying, so I think they're okay.
That's a good rule of thumb.
Yeah. I said, can they tone it down? I can hear them screaming.
Also,
Are they
okay?
Anyway, I'm sure they're fine. Their dad's down there. It's not a big deal. Okay, I don't think that I hope he's nice to Frankie. I mean, he did say like I shouldn't be Frankie's like primary caretaker, but I think that as Alexia gets older, they're starting to realize that that's the case. I also think it's a choice of Alexia's to not talk about Todd to her children in front of the cameras, because Peter's going to be like, fuck Todd.
But, like, what is true? What is true from Todd? Did Todd actually move out of their house in front of Frankie? Or is that, like, a fake? Like, is that part true?
Yeah, I think it is.
And so she did all of that, and she still gets back with him?
Oh, Alexia. She's got a
Well,
case of the Teresas.
that's true. I mean, her Sporkle will never get stolen.
Oh, honey. That's the thing about somebody like Alexia. She's around, she's got a force field of like where actually I think that she thinks that her Sporkle is necessary
Mhm.
while only being with Sporkle bandits because they're like she's like they want my Sporkle.
Yeah. She's like, "They love this Sparkle."
So I was really happy to see Dr. Nicole.
Yes.
And
Oh my
she had that
god.
fabulous entrance. She looks incredible. She brought her new Birkin. She just looked fantastic. They discussed the Julia situation. I thought it was like perfect. And I loved Gertie being like, how do we get you back in the show?
Because I
Please.
was like, how? She is needed as a balance in the force. We need
Absolutely.
her. Because Stephanie might not share the. Stephanie is basically Lisa with like better vocabulary.
She's Lisa with like business suits.
Yeah.
With skirt suits.
Yeah, like Lisa's gonna do her business in a bodycon. Is it Hervé Leger? Is
Yeah,
that
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like Lisa's like, I'm here for a business meeting, tits out. And Stephanie's like, I actually wore see-through pants and a blazer. Like
Exactly. Okay, so yacht day is fantastic. I love Miami so much. This is like where I was cracking up the fact that they had to get two yachts that they then had to like pin to each other.
oh,
um I was dying at Adriana's obsession with Marisol's knees.
that was so funny. That was so I mean, like, and these women get filler for everything. So you know that Marisol's like, God damn it, I'm gonna have to get fucking filler on my fucking knees. Like
Yes. Like, I think that's so funny. So, like, Miami was pissing me off. Like, I didn't talk about it last week because I was just annoyed. I knew that I was going to be pissed about the whole, like, Gertie situation. It kind of ticked me off later on in the episode when they talked to Gertie about it. But I was like, I don't know how I'm going to feel watching this episode. And I loved it because I love that we got back into just like the core fight, which is just like Adriana and Marisol hate each other and they've hated each other for 20 years. And watching them fight with each other is so freaking funny.
it's
And like, it just,
incredible.
that kind of a dig, like, I could totally hear Adriana being like, and her armpit looks like a vagina.
Also, I'm such a sucker for a Brazilian accent. Like most
Mm-hmm.
accents, I'm very neutral to, but a Brazilian accent is it's like a Spanish accent with like curly cues.
Yeah.
I just love it.
And she does have an like her it's amazing because Adriana is a dancer and she's also a singer and she's like a musician, she's a
She's an
painter, like
artist,
she's very artistic, so she
storyteller.
knows how to like be with her body. But when she drinks, she has the mannerisms of like Ramona, but Brazilian. And I think that that is so freaking funny. Like just her going like your bony knees, your ugly knees, and then she says something like, "Oh, they're the cool girls." No, they're not. They're crazy cougars. And I was like, that's also a compliment.
Also, Adriana is the biggest cougar of them all.
She is. She is. I love that the first episode of the season, we just watched her make out with her new French boyfriend.
And then in the next episode, saw her just like roll down her one piece to go topless. Like, I don't think I've never been moved to go topless, but I think the
Mhm.
joy is taking off your top, not creating a cumbersome bathing suit situation for yourself.
She
Like,
created a cummerbund bathing
yeah,
suit, actually. That's what she did.
but it's
I love her so much.
so
I won't.
wild to me. She's so sexy and Marisol's so classy, but otherwise they're so similar and it's just great.
I love it. She's drunk and she said, I had to write it down because it made me laugh so hard. She said, the fake Birkin bags and cubic zirconia rings will not absolve you of the evil in your soul.
I,
I'm sorry. That is so funny.
it's incredible. It's incredible.
And
Let Bradley Cooper get a hold of that line. I'm telling you. Let's let him make a prestige Bravo movie.
I need it. I need it right away. I just love that she's also just like hurling insults at Marisol. Marisol's like, do you see what I mean? Like she's so annoying and I don't want to be on that boat. And like, she's going to she doesn't stop. She doesn't shut the fuck up. She just keeps going. She keeps going. And then, but also what I love about Adriana is like, they do the thing with the water guns
Mhm.
And Marisol does not like it. But when everybody else is having a good time and like having fun, she's like, oh, fine. I just loved Adriana being like, yeah, just like spray me with the water gun. Make it happen. I don't care.
Because I think she likes the feud. For her, it's, like, fun,
Yeah.
but Marisol can't, like, just have fun.
No,
She has to be like, "I'm having macaque, and that's fun."
that's not really.
No, it's very neutral and also, like, just standard baseline for housewives to be drunk.
Yeah, like last week she said like, "Oh, my colon is perfect." And I was just like, "I'd like to see the receipts because
Mhm.
I don't believe that that much drinking is going to give you a clean colon."
Y When Stephanie said, "How's the liver?" I said,
I
"Stephanie,
loved it.
don't go anywhere. I don't like you, but I don't want you to leave."
Uh, it was beautiful. I
Mhm.
loved it. What do you think about Stephanie's feud with Alexia?
Alexia is feels a little bit like she's scrambling for this feud.
Mhm.
Um, I this season 'cause Miami is so top tier. They're
Mhm.
so great. This season I feel like I can see a little bit of like the edges of Miami. Like I see like the women struggling for a storyline a little bit more, and I think with Miami specifically, like sometimes I think people do that because they're boring and they don't have anything going on, Janet and Jason.
Mhm.
Sometimes I think you're doing that to distract from like whatever else. And obviously, Alexia does not want people talking about Todd. So
Yep.
she's like, Stephanie's calling me a Rottweiler. Let's make that a huge drama. And like, I also think Alexia is jealous of Stephanie for her youth and new marriage to a wealthy man. Like, I don't think that that jealousy is like why she's feuding with her, but like, I think that that jealousy is going to turn this feud from something fake into something real.
Yep. Mhm. Like just the way that Alexia was like, "So what, you think like you're better than me with your perfect marriage and your perfect life?" And I was like, "Oh, honey, the projection is so loud."
It's wild, and their marriage is a nightmare.
No. It doesn't seem great.
I if you listen, I'm sorry to offend any of your listeners, any of the reality TTs, but if you get your husband by stealing him from his wife,
Mhm.
unfortunately, you are with a man who likes to be taken.
Yeah. Also, if you get a husband whose idea of affection is to like take a private jet and fly you to Canada?
To their home for the night. Why don't you just shit on a tree? Like that is so wasteful. And I know that like yachts are wasteful and I know all this stuff is wasteful, but like that is dumb.
It's so insane. It is so insane. She's just like, "Yeah, he's gonna pick me up right now, and then we're just gonna go to Canada for the night." Excuse me? What?
Do you even know about New York City?
Why are you going to Canada?
And why did you need to come on this boat trip at all? You didn't add anything. All you added was getting on the little boat and going, "Take me to my husband. Take me to my husband." And,
Yeah, it
like,
was.
I'm a my husband woman too. I get it. I'm annoying
Yeah.
about it, but, like,
Mhm.
ugh, on camera, please try to keep it cool.
Yeah, exactly. Relax, okay? Just you should have lied. You should have said you had a business meeting
Mhm. Okay,
because
we have business in Canada overnight.
yeah, exactly. But like to be like, he gave me this giant hideous bouquet and then flew me to Canada. I'm like, who did he fuck that you found out that he's doing this? Because there's no reason.
Those roses, anytime you get those roses in that, like, I don't know what the company is called, but, like, it's like box of roses.
Yeah, box of roses that never die.com or whatever.
It's like either it's a corporate gift or something bad has happened.
Yeah.
Like,
But also I feel like those roses were like so hideous. Like they almost reminded me of like the flowers that Marge dropped off to Teresa, like the funeral flowers. Like it's just
oh,
they're just so ugly. And I was just like, okay, I don't you're trying to flex, but we're not flexed.
they would have looked amazing at Heather Dubrow's party.
They would have fit right into that
Heather
party.
Dubrow's belated birthday party.
That champagne girl should have held those flowers.
She should then she would have had something to do. Also,
um
I love that we had Jen Fessler in the mix a little bit. Like,
oh, that's right.
honestly, what a breath of fresh.
Wait, on this episode?
Was it might have been last week, but I I have, like, heard more about her involvement. Apparently, she thought it was
Oh,
weird that Gertie didn't get to sit with
oh
Captain
yes, 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 yes,
Sandy.
yes.
Like, she bore witness, she stood by Gertie. And I said, "Jen Fessler, I miss ya."
Yeah, it was Jen Fessler and Dolores.
Ugh.
And so they were like very confused about how Julia was treating Gertie. So Gertie joins. But before Gertie joins, actually, Julia and Adriana talk, and Julia again doesn't get it. That's like the thing that kind of confirmed it, that Julia just does not get it. She does not understand. She continues to not understand. They're now focused on like it was the wrong place for her to show these text messages.
It was her
You
own party. If she did it anywhere else, they'd be like, "You shouldn't do that, it's someone else's thing."
Yeah, also, you threw a glass at her twice at somebody else's wedding. What are
Yeah.
you talking about? Like,
Do you think Julia actually doesn't get it, or is this a situation of like, "What?"
I think Julia's trying to play the game that Alexia and Marisol play. Not Marisol as much, but Alexia plays it a lot, where she's like, I mean, I don't get it. Like, yeah, so what? So I was mad. Okay, all right, so whatever. Like, I think she's trying to do that, but it's like, Julia, you can't, in the words of Bethany, you can't be smart and stupid at the same time. Okay.
So true.
And I think that's what she's trying to do. Because then when Gertie comes to dinner, I love Gertie so much because I love that she's like, I've been in this position before. I've been the woman that's not been heard. I've been a 9-year-old kid who was super tall and didn't speak English and was treated weirdly. And so I know what it feels like to be left out and have to fend for myself. And I'm not going to kiss anybody's ass. Absolutely not. I love that she proved that these women just do not listen to her and do not get her, because my favorite thing was that she kept saying, "You guys are freaking out about the text. Did you even read the text?" And I love Larsa being like, "No, cuz it was like more than 2 lines, and like I just like we know that Larsa's not a reader. We
No.
know that she was a child left behind."
You know, I believe that Larsa could choose to forget how to read. Like, I don't think she
100%.
doesn't know how, but I could really see her just being like, "Reading was sort of, like, taking up a lot of space in my brain, so I just can't
I
do it
just like
now.
yeah,
I have someone."
if I don't have to read, I like don't.
I turn off all the captions on videos.
Yeah.
Just I don't wanna see them.
Yeah, I'm just like more of a visual learner, and by visual learner, I mean no letters,
No words. I
no
mean, that's why
words.
she was watching those videos out loud at the cafe. Like,
Trump videos.
oh my god. Oh. But yes,
God.
I none of those I'm sure Lisa was like, "Ah," like
Yeah, and I cracks me up because they're like Lisa in the confessional, they like give her the printout. Just a lot of babes in here. Have you heard yourself talk? I just love that Gertie proved it. She was like, "You guys don't listen to me. I had tried to explain my part of it multiple times. You kept telling me, oh, there's two sides. Oh, there's two sides." And I felt like I wasn't being heard. So I chose to use my time at my party, which, by the way, she said on Watch What Happens Live. She said it on different posts. Apparently the party, I mean, we saw it actually on the show, the party ended for a lot of people. She sent a whole bunch of people, her friends, her family, home. There were very few people left there when
Yeah.
she decided to reveal that. And I love that she was like on a schedule. Like she was like, here's what's going to happen. There's a performer coming. I've got like a 3-minute window, and we're just going to use that 3-minute window for this. And I just like, I love how professional she is. I love that
She's an
she
event
is
planner.
She's an event planner, and I love that she was like, "Oh, housewives bring receipts, and this
Mhm.
is a receipt, and I'm bringing," because the texts themselves don't necessarily. They're not like she's being like, "Oh," like Alexi being like, "Oh, it was a humiliation of Julia," and she's like, "Did you read the text? There was nothing humiliating there."
Yeah, Julia's humiliating herself, thank you.
Exactly. And then also, like, again, the going back to why are what Gertie said, Gertie kept looking at Lexi and saying, "Why does this matter to you? How does this affect you? Why are you so upset?"
And why are they so upset?
It was very strange to
Like,
be
I
like,
don't understand why they hate Gertie so much.
and also I think that their fear, because this is why they didn't read the text messages. I bet you what they're worried about is that Julia said bad things about us over text messages to Gertie, and those are the text messages that Gertie has displayed. And that's why they keep being like, "That's disgusting. Like, I would never, that was humiliating to Julia." And that's why Gertie's like, "Did you read the message? It's nothing to do with you guys." it's to do with me and Julia because you guys are not understanding what the issue is. The issue is that Julia acted like I hijacked her trip and made it about me when she begged me to come.
Also, going on a cruise for somebody as a favor is the biggest favor you could ever do in the entire world, especially if you just got home from a cruise and didn't die of norovirus.
Oh my God.
So, like, for Gertie to get back on there, support Julia, get
Mm-hmm.
denied a dinner with Captain Sandy, Dolores, and Jen Fessler,
Yeah.
and then Julia to be like, Gertie really hijacked everything. She was a monster to me. It is so cruel and, like, it doesn't even make sense.
Because I think what it sounds to me like is Julia says that when they went to dinner, there was no spots for her. And what I think, and then I think what she told Gertie is there's not going to be room for you here, so don't come. And I think what Gertie was trying to say was like, I'm part of the Bravo family. I think I could just go to that dinner.
They
And
will
I
pull
think,
up a chair.
yeah, and Julia was like, no, there's no spot for you. And I think that's what pissed Gertie off. And also that ties into where Julia is being like, oh, I hated that Gertie came because she made the entire thing about networking and about meeting people and being with people. And it's like, well, why did you want her to be your plus one?
And why
Because
go
you,
on a Bravo trip if that's not what it is for? It's a
and
work trip.
also, yeah, and also, why did you need a plus one? Why do you not feel sufficient enough as a person? Oh, that's right, because you don't really have a storyline because you're not actually that interesting.
And you're on the show because Andy loves that Martina did tennis and she's on the show.
He better cut that shit out.
Yeah, he needs to learn
Although,
that sports is not a way onto Bravo.
also, I don't know about Andy and his support of the T of LGBT.
I mean, if we're looking for good people in the world,
No,
I
this
wouldn't
isn't it.
turn to
This isn't it.
Bravo TV.
This isn't it. The
I wouldn't
fact
read the
that
blogs on bravotv.com.
this is, I mean, the fact that Peacock is still platforming Michael fucking Rappaport even now today,
He's
it's
going to be on the Traders. I'm devastated. I'm
insane.
gutted. I'll watch, but I'm going to be mad.
No, of course he better get booted right out.
Yeah.
The first one. Somebody better be like, you know what? You're disgusting. You smell weird, and you
The
have a gross
vibe is
face.
bad.
You're rancid.
Yeah, you're rancid. You're ruining the smell of this dingy, dank old castle.
That we just film in.
Yeah.
That we don't sleep inside of. That
Like, I
some
want Alan
people
Cumming to go, you get out.
I want Alan Cumming to be like, I didn't tap him on the shoulder because he's disgusting.
It was too gross.
Oh God. And then yeah, the next morning, Alexia gets into a fight with Stephanie because Stephanie's like, oh, where's my Rottweiler? And she's like, why would you call me a Rottweiler? And Stephanie's like, because you called yourself one.
Because we're dogs. We did a whole fun dog thing together.
Remember the dog bit?
And
they're like,
Adriana, so hungover. So hungover. I do worry a little bit that she'll go the way of Sonia.
I
And
know.
I'm like, because we have had a little Sonia behavior. And like, I like my housewives to be a little messy, but I like them to like be like to have a baseline of whatever. And so
Mhm.
I hope that today, I hope we see a sober Adriana on the next episode.
I would like it. One drunk Adriana episode is fine. We can't continue this.
Because we were drunk making out with the hot guy.
Was
On
she
the
drunk? I feel like she was fully sober making out with
No, she was like cross-eyed. And like Lisa being like, I'm so drunk right now. Like Lisa was, let's just say Lisa took a stop in Dorit's bathroom, I believe. I believe that Lisa and Jody frequent Dorit's bathroom. And I believe Adriana does not frequent Dorit's bathroom. She just drinks.
I love it. But you're right. Yeah, I need her to like cool it. Like we
Yeah.
don't need that much. Because yeah, when she's talking confessionals, literally everything Adriana says, I'm like, I agree with you. Woman who body shames somebody else's knees.
I agree with you, woman with the most beautiful breasts I've ever seen in my life.
Magnificent body.
Oh my God. Those boobs. I want to like put my face in them.
Oh
They're
my God.
so incredible. I'm so happy for her. Like
Me too.
I was thinking today because like with sorry to go back to the Valley reunion, but like Nia is so gorgeous, right? She's probably one of the most beautiful women on Bravo.
Mhm.
And like I've always thought like, oh, if you're so beautiful, You don't have to worry about anything. And then I see Nia's life and I say, that's not the life I would want, not a single part of it. And
Uh-huh.
that's, God bless. I hope she's very happy. But it's a good reminder that beauty doesn't matter as much as I think it matters.
Mm-hmm.
And then the beauty really is just for you. Whatever you do to make yourself beautiful, it's just for you. I hope when
Yeah.
Adriana looks in the mirror, she knows that, wow, she's done it. She's done it
She
for herself, but she's done it for me too.
Exactly. And I love that she has done so much work to her body, but does not want to use any conditioner on her hair.
Or a styling cream. Get it out of there.
She's like, leaving? Never heard of her.
No, could not be me. Do you think that the big fight, like the true conflict of Adriana and Marisol, is that Marisol wants to be full-time and Adriana is like, I love being in the fringe?
It's hard to tell. I think that it's just a feud of like two friends of like, I think it's so funny. Like, I think that there's something so, oh, it's so silly about like two friends of fighting. And I love that Miami's like, we're going to keep it this way.
Yeah.
No one gets a mojito. And I love that, like, because, they both bring different things. One of them being the fact that the theme song of Miami Housewives is Adriana's voice.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, she sang the theme song for the television show that they're on. And then one of the most iconic people out of Real Housewives of Miami is Elsa. And that's Marisol's mom. So I feel like they both have these things. I would argue that the theme song being your voice is a bigger thing than your mom.
Yeah.
Who's no longer with us. Like, I think
also,
that
we've seen a lot of moms and a lot of kids on these shows, and Sporkle does not, it's not genetic.
there is no trickle down Sporkle.
No,
okay?
You have it or you don't, and you don't get it from your mom. You get it from, I don't know. I don't know what you sacrificed to get it. But
Yeah. Genetics are passed down and Sporkle is not.
Yeah, that's just you. Some people got it and some people don't.
Oh, God. I love them. They're filming the reunion like next month, like as in August. So
It's all happening so fast.
I know.
When I think of my year at work, it's happening slower than anything's ever happened. But our housewives, they're just slipping through my fingers like sand.
Slipping through our fingers. Before you know it, Kristen Doute's baby is going to be on Next Gen The Valley.
Oh my God. And wow, I can't wait to be 65 and watching. What's the baby's name?
Kaya?
Yes. Watching Kaya be like, suck a dick.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. And with like fighting with whatever Stassi's baby's name is, Baxter or whatever it is. I don't know what her baby's name is.
I'm sure it's Baxter. I am so sure. I gotta say, as much as I've been like, I was like, all these people should have been fired when they came back. I was like, oh, they shouldn't be given a second chance, but I will watch it. I got no interest in Stassi. Stassi
No.
going over to Vanderpump Villa does not lure me in any capacity.
They tried that show twice. They said, we're going to bring Stassi and we're also going to connect the Mormon girls to it. And everybody said, we're not watching the show.
Yeah, keep it. I don't want to see Marciano or whoever the fuck on Secret Lives of Mormon Wife. I don't care if Jessie cheated on her husband. I would cheat on him too.
Have you seen him?
He's all those husbands. I can't with any of them. I used to be very attracted to Brett, and that's my own thing that I have to deal with.
You need to resolve that yourself, but it's also probably because Brett is closer to our age than he is to his own wife. So
that's really, you know what? I also could have known his wife as a child. So that is a big part of it. That is a big part of it.
Oh, God. Well, it was a good time. I'm going to be back on Saturday to talk about Big Brother, which I cannot recommend enough to you, Amanda.
I'm enjoying your recaps.
Okay, great. I'm so glad.
And that is a gateway drug for me, is a recap.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I appreciate that. But speaking of drugs, before we just what did you think about Jax being like, I can never stop smoking weed?
Jax is such a piece of shit. The whole cast being like, yeah, thank God he smokes weed. Like, God, we wish he would smoke more of it. it,
That's crazy.
he's just such a liar and an addict, and, like, it would not surprise me if he's found a way around that drug test.
Mhm.
Um, so, to me, it's like, I I'm not sober in any way. I consume marijuana and alcohol, and sometimes at the same time, so I'm pretty cool. Um, but, like, I feel like getting sober is, like, more than just not doing drugs. It's, like, a mentality and, like, a
Mhm.
program that you're working, and I know if you are smoking weed, there are a lot fewer programs that are available to you, and I know if you're
Mhm.
jacks, you're probably not going to any of them anyway. So,
Mhm.
I think it's kind of just his way of being like, "Oh," I mean, haven't we seen DJ James Kennedy be like, "I'm just doing weed," like, 100 times before he
Yeah.
gets drunk and throws another girlfriend around?
Yeah, exactly. Literally threw his girlfriend also into a bush.
Yeah, thank God for bushes in LA. They are really cushioning a lot of these women, but
Oh
we
my
gotta
god.
get rid of the men.
We do.
It's
I don't have any more patience for it. I don't like
no.
it. I can't, you know what? I'm done with it. I'm not interested. I feel like in the other episodes of The Valley, the reunion, I think Jesse's gonna try to no, Jason's gonna try to defend Jax.
Jason has the most consistently terrible takes of
Truly.
any, and he's such a coward. Jason is just corporate Tom Schwartz.
Oh, that's good.
When Janet was like, "Oh, do you think Jesse can defend himself?" Jason was like, "Ah, ha, 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 ha." Like, he couldn't even be like, "No."
I
He's
hate
such a
him.
coward.
He's the worst, and he only has heat for Zach.
Danny.
No, Danny and Zach. But all the
Oh, he's
guys really
always
turn
ready to
up.
square up with
They're
Zach.
always ready to fight with Zach. They're like, shut the fuck up. They're like very calm, and then they're like, shut the fuck up, Zach. And I'm like, oh, okay, I see. There it
And
is.
it's like, okay, sure, you think that we're still in high school and that you can, like, beat up a gay kid, but first of all, that's a hate crime, and second of all, I think Zach can fight. Like,
Ye-
I think that if any of them one-on-one tried to, like, fight Zach, he would win.
he feels like a scrappy boy from Kentucky.
Yes.
You did
Like,
find out this week that he used to be Nicole Scherzinger's assistant.
I found out today, apparently everybody knew this but me.
Hmm.
The whole world knew. I
Nobody
knew
told you.
about
That's
Janet and
rude.
Cameron
Honestly,
Diaz.
what?
Janet used to be Cameron Diaz's assistant.
Oh, I thought you said Janet dated Cameron Diaz, and I was like, what the fuck did you just say?
Could you imagine if Janet dated Cameron Diaz and then was like, "I can't do this. I have to befriend Sheena Shea to make it onto Vanderpump."
Honestly. Imagine. Oh god. You
Oh,
could have been linked to the Sum 41 guys.
God. So many dreams. So many dreams.
Anyway, guys, go follow Amanda at Amanda Hunt and Kiss. Amanda, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. It was a blast.
It was so much fun. Some darkness, but thank God for Miami for shining a light on us. A sun that they are committed to bringing closer to the earth with their 2 yachts and their planes.
Listen, they're ending our time here, but they're making it worthwhile.
And they're like, "You're gonna look amazing." But make sure you